Yo, what's up, chat? Chat. How's it going, guys? You know, gaming, I was thinking, right? Wait, hold on. Let me make sure I'm not gonna kill my PC for a second. Hold on. Okay, we should be good. I was thinking, right? Um, about the recent stuff with David. The musician that makes romantic homicide, that David. And because I saw like more stuff in the news about him like somewhat recently, and it occurred to me like it's it's odd how normal he appears, right, on like the outside. Obviously nothing's confirmed 100%. Still all alleged stuff with him, doing the stuff he did. Um, but it's weird because when you like look at it, there's like nothing. The server has Axiom, but your client doesn't support multiplayer. If you are building on this server for commercial purposes, please support the mod. That's weird. The thing's confirmed as a dead teenager in his car. Well, yeah, but like we don't know. Oh, that's right, I forgot about that. But like we don't know exactly like how that all happened, like who did what or what. Unless there's been some development, like we don't know how everything like that occurred happened. I'd rather, before like, like saying something, oh, there's a new build. Before saying something like specific, like about it, or being like, oh yeah, this 100%, I'd like to at least wait and see. I think he's still guilty, don't get me wrong. He's already off my playlist and everything. He's fucking gone. But I don't know if it was like maybe specifically him that did it. Like an actual murder. I mean, I guess we'll find out. But I'd like to just wait and see on that part at least. A part of me doesn't believe it was him that did it. Like the actual murder part. I think it was someone else that did it. And that he had, do. The next Spider-Verse movie is never coming out. They was meant to have music in it. Yeah. No, it's cooked, man. It's cooked. I mean, it's fine, bro. So get someone else, bro. Get like get literally anyone else. Let's look at this new shop, Prismarina. Oh, we got guys, Sea Lantern, Dark Prismarine, Prismarine blocks. World's first Norwegian COD ATM. It's free. It's got the. Okay, wait, that's enough. Damn. 10 might be too many anyway. What's in here? More Dark Prismarine. 4 diamonds for 64. That's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, get literally anyone else like Drake. True. True. Drake would never do anything wrong. That's true. That's true, bro. Okay, get Drake working on the next Spider-Verse movie. Get him in there. That's new. There's 2 new builds that I can see so far. Is this one done? I can't tell. Listen, Drake may be a pedophile, but at least he doesn't drive a Tesla. I don't know if that's what I would exactly say about it, but I mean, it's not incorrect, I suppose. Future build site claimed by HOUP. Who's Hoop? Is there a new Corecraft member I don't know about? Is there another Hoop? Is that the H-O-U-P. Ho up. I don't see shit up there. What are we talking about? I don't know. I need to make this build with Zach. Zach will be on the server soon again, I'm pretty sure. I like that. That's funny. That's a funny thing over there. So we'll be able to make our build soon. Let me have a look around and see if there's any other builds. And that's new. This is Geeky's. I can tell Geeky style from a mile away. I'm pretty sure. It'd be awkward if I got it wrong. But this screams Geeky. Mud for 1 diamond, 3, 2, okay. Not bad, not bad. I like this. I like the new stuff we have here. This is cool. The shopping district has more shops. And soon it'll have another one over here. It'll have the one for me and Zach. It'll go right there. It's gonna look great. It's gonna be awesome. Crafting jockey. Slime Rancher 2 finally came out of early access, by the way. That's big. I listened to the soundtrack of that game. I didn't even know it was still in early access. I just thought it was a full game. Alright, so we're back on Corecraft, right? It's been a little bit of time since I've been on, so I don't remember exactly what we were up to. However, I do know that's definitely terraforming related. So how much of this are we still left to Oh, all of it. Ooh. Ooh, all of it is what we're left to terraform. Oh, that's right. Ooh. Ooh, we come back to Minecraft straight into the terraforming, huh? The shop. We haven't finished the shop. Ooh, that's right, the shop. Ooh, I'm gonna go sleep. A little too high. I was lucky and grabbed it when I was still in pre-alpha because back then it was free. So I got Slime Rancher 2 for a crispy $0. Damn, what a bargain. He's never finishing his starter base, bro. No, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there to our starter base. We'll finish it eventually. Plus, like, we have the rest of the year. And whatever amount of time is left on the server in general, because I don't know when it ends. Let me have a look at what we were doing in here. Because we were making a desert temple. That I remember, like, clearly. There's a hole here. I remember this. I remember this. We're making a whole ass temple down here. Okay, so we need to replace this with sand. Wow, it's actually lore accurate, man. Holy chills. Wow. Okay. I guess we could just start replacing this with sand over here at the bottom. That's what I'd like to do, yeah. Because if you guys remember, this is a trim shop. So I'm going to be having the trims in here. I'm going to be making a lot more of them. I need to make the ancient city as well. Yeah. Ah, crap, man. Well, no time like the present to start working on stuff again. Yippee, yippee. Yeah, so I'm looking for a place for every trim. That's what it was. That's what I was doing here. Oh, happy Rapture Day? Yeah, no, it was meant to be yesterday, but then it didn't happen yesterday, so it's today, actually. The Rapture. So let me know, how are you guys dealing with the Rapture right now? Is it going well for you guys? Let me know. I don't know if I'd ascend, to be honest. I don't think my ass is going up. I've heard it's been extended to the 26th. Why the hell did it do that? Oh. You're not ascending? Yeah, no. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. What can you do, really, you know? God's busy, you know? He needs a few extra days. Yeah, I mean, what do you expect? The rapture to happen in one day? Come on. Come on. What happened to patience? Good things come to those who wait. Like the rapture. Low-key, I don't get the fascination with the world ending. Can I be honest, guys? Brave take, maybe. But I don't understand the fascination with the world ending. Like, these people, like... They want the world to end, right? That's a part of it. It's like, they want it to end. They want that shit to be over. And so, I don't get it, personally. I don't understand it. Like, why would you... Is life that miserable? For you? That you want the world to end that badly? I don't know. There's always like, there's always people like being like, the apocalypse is here soon. And instead of like being like in denial or like maybe coping, like these people almost seem to celebrate it. They're like, yeah, let's go, let's go. Okay, apocalypse day soon. Yeah, WW. Buddy, like, cope a little. Don't seem too happy about it. The hell? What's up with you? He's only one guy, and that's true. And that's true, depending on the interpretation of God that you have. Low-key, honestly, if there was like a god, right? I'd prefer it'd be something like the Greek mythology type of gods. Not in like what they do, because those motherfuckers are evil, but more in like that there's multiple. Because I think that'd be pretty cool. Like just by a vibes thing, you know? Like I think that'd be pretty awesome. Like here's my like religious beliefs. I think there could be a god, right? I think it could exist. But I don't like believe in anything in specifically. I believe in Clash Royale and the craft. That's it. But I think having like multiple gods like could be pretty cool. Cause then it's like more options for like designs and stuff, you know? Like maybe one of them looks cool. I think if you only have like one, there's a chance that like it's not a cool design. But I guess like God is like omnipresent type being. It doesn't really have an appearance. There's a God and it's a grind. True. True. That's the only God I believe in. Making bank. And pleasing the shareholders. Multiple gods are optimal because they can have different character designs. So that's what I said, yeah. Am I wrong? As I'm referring to how people look at as their character design? Yeah. I mean, it's a funnier way to say it, you know? Like, it's 100% funnier to say, like, oh, bro, what's the character design like? When you're referring to someone's, like, fit or something. That was close. I'm surprised that didn't hit him when I was, like, swinging and stuff. Alright, let me light it up there. Let me see what's up here. What do we got? What's the big idea up here? Come on, guys. Come on. What are we doing up here? What are we doing? What are we doing? Alright, I think we're good now. Alright, cool. Bunch of wise guys over here. What's the big idea? What's the big idea? It feels weird playing Minecraft again. Especially like just picking up where we were left off at with this build. If you remember, the bit is that I thought it'd be really funny to build a whole ass desert temple underground under my shop. That was the bit. I just thought it'd be really funny to do so. I think it is. I still think it is, but that is the bit. The only downside is that now I have to like mine endlessly. If only there was like some way I could mine faster. Some like object I could buy. Maybe in a beacon shape. If only. Wait a minute. I can. Let's go buy a beacon. Let's go buy a beacon. And let's go let's go place it down and let's like mine. And then we craft. Let's Minecraft. Put that shit on a shirt. Okay. Do I have any diamonds here? Any easily accessible ones? I saw these. Gold. I might not have enough gold. I'm gonna message Zach to ask him when he's coming back to core crafting exactly, so we can work together on the build on the same day. And I can like plan aside like maybe like a long stream for that day so we can build it in one day. Cause if we could do it in one day, I think we can do it in one day. I think we can. But we'll do it like right there. We'll build it out. The one thing we can't do in one day is like the trees and stuff. I don't think that'll be done in the same day. But the actual main build itself, I think we get it done in a day. If it's 2 people working on it too, that'll be fast. That'll be done fast. It'll go right here. It'll be awesome. It'll be sick. We have all the materials, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, let me think real quick. You know what's insane? Something that that occurred recently. Jamal, streamer Jamal. I need more gunpowder stuff. Was a guest on Hermitcraft, which is pretty sick. And in case you don't know who Jamal is, that's like one of the homies. I watched WWE with Jamal. I made a few videos, I guess, with him too. On Kenj Prime, bro. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. I think 2 videos maybe. Kenj Prime mention. I may not be crafting my quartz, man. I'm hauling my night. W. Jarvis, bring up the clip of Ken screaming about Jamal in Minecraft Live. True. There's a clip of me, like, when I see Jamal's face, I'm like, whoa, holy shit, it's Jamal. Ah. I start, like, yelling and shit. I'm like, dude, I'm still kind of tired. I'm hungry, too, man. I am hungry. I need to wake up earlier. I need to wake up earlier so I can actually go get something to eat before stream. Cause going to stream on an empty stomach is just not... It's 3 diamond blocks per beacon. I read 3 diamonds, which should be fair. In hindsight, this makes a lot more sense. I assumed that maybe it was a wither skeleton farm. It's like, oh, that's pretty cheap, actually. That's like really cheap. I'll buy that. Ooh. It's a bit more expensive. You know what we could do? That's a bit more expensive. I can't. All right, hold on. Let me walk away real quick. I need to think about how I'm gonna like pull 3 diamond blocks out of my ass. I don't know how to do that trick. Probably some struggle, maybe. That's a Pokemon move. Dude, this is our starter base, guys. Our starter base. Yippee! With practice, it's easier to do it. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. And I wouldn't doubt that. Okay, 26 deep slate diamond ore. It's an Easter diamond. I can't use that. Diamond. Dude, I am hungry. Shit. Dude, I went to Chili's the other day. And guys, let me tell you, bro. That place kind of fire. It's kind of fire. It's a little funny too. So I was gonna pick up my mom from work, right? Encore, encore. And yo, thank you for the 50 biddies. Does it not speak? It's supposed to talk, I'm pretty sure. It's supposed to speak. Why didn't it? I mean, I'm glad it didn't, considering what you sent. It would have been funny, but it should have talked. Stream elements. Let me find out. Hold on. It should read the message out loud. I'm pretty sure. It's fucking bright. I don't want to sing this song anymore. Okay, streaming tools, overlays. Is it this one? It's this one. I'm pretty sure. Twitch alerts, settings, tier alert, TTS settings. Yeah, no, it should work. Yeah, no, it says it's enabled. Let me try replaying it. Hold on. That's weird. That's really weird. It shouldn't. Uh-huh. I'll have to figure that out later on, I think. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah. Oh, well. Thank you, though. I really do appreciate that. That'll go towards the keeping me fed fund and getting my food later on. Alright, so you have 62 diamonds, so we can buy a beacon. We also need materials now, though, for the actual beacon stuff. Let me make sure I have that before I go spend my diamonds. You're free to read it out loud instead. Definitely won't clip it. That's okay. That's okay. I don't feel like reading, I have 5 diamond blocks in my booty hole right now. Out loud. Wait. No! I did it anyway! No! It's cooked. All right. So someone clip that, but cut it off when I say no, though. Someone clip that, but cut it off when I say no, because that'd be really funny. That'd be really funny though. That'd be hilarious. Don't send that to my future employer though. Do not send that shit to my future employer, bro. Do not let them know, bro. Yoink. Yoink, rockets. We have rockets now. Rockets. Sending it to Lockheed Martin? Please not Lockheed Martin, bro. Bro, I need to make missiles for the US government, bro. Please do not send that shit to Lockheed Martin, bro. Please. I want a promising future in making bombs. I want to make bombs. Please do not send that shit to Lockheed Martin. So send them that instead. Me saying that I want to make bombs for them, bro. Nah, that's what I'm talking about, bro. I want to make some nice missiles and send them over to Israel. Send them over to Israel, like giving it to them, not sending them like in a different way. Just to be clear. It's just to be clear. You know what's a really weird video? The one of Netanyahu talking about how they didn't kill Charlie Kirk. It's such an odd thing, because it's like one of those things where, like, I don't believe they did it, right? I don't. But him going out there and saying, like, guys, we didn't kill Charlie Kirk is such an easy way to make you seem like 1,000 times more suspicious. Saying I didn't do blank or I didn't do blank in a certain way coming from certain people just makes it like 30 or 40 times more suspicious by default. And he's one of those people where, like, just him saying that shit, it's like, okay, buddy, sure you didn't. Sure you didn't. Yeah, no, I believe you. Did I not hold on. Oh, I have a missed phone call. Give me a second.
Huh?
All right, I've ordered food. So I got 2 missed calls, ironically a minute apart each. One was my dad, who I called. I called back my mom first because that was the first one that appeared, but she called me like a minute after my dad. So I called my mom. It was about something I did. For guys, your ears cover them. I'm not gonna censor the word right now, but for a job. Cause I had did something for like I made some floor plans for the place she works, and apparently the inspectors came in to, you know, just look at the area, look at the place that the plans were for, and the plans they had obviously were the ones that I made. And it seems like if they're using it, if you're looking at that shit and that's the one they're using, that means that my plans are good enough for that. It's like, yo, yeah, these plants are fire. Wait. Then they're looking at it in person. They're like, wait, this is actually lore accurate, bro. Wait, chills. Chills. But this was a few months ago. That I had done this, which is good. It means that like what I did and what I like met, cause I had to go in there in person and measure the place for those plans that I made. It means that everything I did was correct. It was right, which is pretty awesome. Pretty cool. I didn't mess up. Wait. These were made by hit Clash Royale YouTuber Kenj Prime? No way. What? Impossible. There's no way. These are too good. No. Yeah. What can I say? Humble. Okay, let's go to the gold farm, and you'll never believe what I'm gonna go look for there. But we need that. We need that low key. Dude, low-key, it's kind of surreal. And I'll explain something to you guys, right? So, something that like I kind of heard like a while ago, right? Is that you are, in theory, I don't know if this is true or not. I think it's bullshit, to be honest. But you are 6 connections away from anyone in the world, right? So like, you know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy will get you to anyone, right? Bullshit in my mind, but it's something that I've heard before. And the idea is that a friend you have knows a friend that knows a friend that knows a guy. And I think it's a little insane that, like, when it comes to, like, someone I know has been on the Hermitcraft server. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of wild in my mind. Why is this, come on, bro. Lock in. Do we not have any? Oh, no. If I knows a guy, means random someone, then probably should not. It means like friends. It means like friends. I said know a guy who knows a guy just to be funny, but it means like friend. Dude, you know a guy who knows the Hermitcraft members? Get on that shit. True. Wait, this is actually the time to be fake as a friend, bro, and be like, yo, shit. I heard you were on the server. Shit. I think it's true. I think it's it goes far. Like 6 connections away will get you far, but I think anyone is a stretch. I think anyone is a stretch. I think you need like maybe 6 or 7. W setup. Okay. Yeah, no, but I think yeah, I think being serious, like yeah, I think you need more than 6. 8 feels more like reasonable. I am not 6 people separate from like Bill Gates. The thing is that like the question, or the, I don't know why I'm going this way. The theory of it is that like Because here's the thing, right? Let's say, let me think. Let me think about people that I can potentially like maybe link myself to. Cause okay, this is actually a good one. This is a good one, I think. Right? Let's take me. Let's start from me, right? Connection 1 to, let's say, Jamal, right? For this example, because this is what I was thinking of, right? To like Hermitcraft, right? That third connection right there, the Hermitcraft one, that's a big one. That's a big one because that can reach out to a lot of people. And then you did the fourth one is just like even bigger, that bubble, right? That like these people would know because they would know a lot of people is my point. And they're like more of like a famous person, right? Like obviously in the context of Minecraft, but still. So like from there, from already that fourth one, and yeah, see, look, see, Sangy's seeing it too. So you know Nuke, who knows Tommy Innit, who knows Dan TDM, who knows Jeb from Minecraft, and that's 4 connections in. And those people themselves know a lot of people, especially when you look at Jeb or people in companies. Like they might know other CEOs who know other CEOs, and like maybe they're not friends, right? These people, but like they know each other, right? And that's what it kind of comes to, where it's like, oh, I have their number. Oh, I have their phone number. Or like, if you think about like, someone like Kai Cenat, right? Think about like going down that route. Like you probably know a guy, or like, there's probably a creator I can think of that I follow or that I talk to or know that knows a guy who knows some way to get in contact with Ludwig. And then from Ludwig, you go to Kai Cenat in some way, or you go to like, who what's his name? Oh my god, I forgot his name. Jason. Oh my god. I don't know why I forgot his name. And Jeb knows the CEO of Microsoft, who knows Bill Gates. I am 6 degrees of separation from Bill Gates. Exactly. Exactly. I think there is like generally it can apply to a lot of people, right? Like you can like get to a lot of people from 6 degrees of separation, but I don't think everyone. I don't believe everyone. I think you hit a wall. I think like Cornman mentioned, I think once you get to 8, that's like locked in. I think 100% 8 I can see. You are 8 degrees of separation, or 8 degrees of connection separation, I guess. I don't know. From anyone in the world. I mean, you know, like they say it's like a small world, you know what I mean? They've been saying it. Hey, some people though I don't want to get connected with. Shit, let me be honest. Some people I think about it, I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want to connect with that. I'm good. But I'm only this far because Nuke plays in a lot of events, so he knows a lot of people. Yeah, but think about it like this, okay? You come to my chat, I know Nuke, right? Let's assume that you never had the Nuke connection to begin with, right? You can make the exact same link, but start with me instead. Right? How many degrees of separation are we all from Diddy? Not enough. Not enough, I think, is the right answer. You, Jamal, Mumbo Jumbo, Jeb, Microsoft, Bill Gates, yeah. It's true. It's true, actually. Or, you can actually skip a step. You can go me to Vio. Because Vio works at Mojang and has met those people. So you can even skip a step, dare I say.
Huh?
That's 1 degree less of separation. You can skip a step. Yo, you know what? Maybe 6 is true. Maybe 6 is true, actually. I might be convinced here. But it's so circumstantial. I feel like Cause okay, with that one, oh no, what? Oh man, you could reach. Yeah, it feels like 6 to 8. Yeah, because you would need like I feel like there's some like niche scenarios where you need just one more step afterwards. You know, you need like one more guy. But I guess like maybe you could find another path if you think about it long enough, like some way that's more direct or something. It also depends on like how long you've been alive for, right? Because obviously the older you are, the more connections you have, the more like people you know. Hmm. All right. Let's watch 3 diamond blocks disappear. For my next trick, I'll make 3 diamond blocks disappear. Wow. Okay. And there they go. There they go. The thing is that it's not practical connections. I mean, I don't think. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Like not practical connections? I'm not gonna meet Bill Gates because I know a Minecraft streamer. Oh yeah. But the idea would be that like if you wanted to, you could climb that ladder. Like you could climb the ladder to get there. Like you could ask your friend to be like, hey, can you get me in contact with this person? Add them on LinkedIn or some shit. Have a conversation through some way and get to that point. You could. With enough time, if you work the connection you have to get there, don't get me wrong, a lot of time. If I could just throw away all my values and manipulate my friends. That's basically what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, basically. It doesn't have to be manipulative, to be fair. It'd be like, hey, can you get me in contact with this person? I want to talk to them real quick. I suppose because of it being content creation, there's a little bit more of like a manipulation side to it. Because it's like, oh, are you just using me to get to this person, right? Because that's a very specific scenario. But I feel like in the business world and the world in general, it wouldn't be seen as that big a deal. I think it's just with content creation, it's a little bit more like oh, okay, so you're asking me to get you in contact with this person, huh? Interesting. But I guess it depends on the scenario too, I guess, on how you do it. Either way, this is all hypothetical, so it's not a big deal. But yeah. Hmm. Um, where do I build this? Content creation is a very heavy in who you know. Like a video with one guy can make an entire career. That is true. That is true. Swings both ways though. A video with a guy could also be the end of it. I mean, not necessarily the end, I guess. That's a little bit of a stretch. But the people you know determine a lot about your fate with content creation and how it goes. 1, 2. I know someone who works on the models for Fortnite. Sabrina Carpenter's in Fortnite. I'm only 2 degrees of separation from Sabrina Carpenter. In theory, like if that guy has her, like in theory, yeah. Let me think, because I know a lot of people, right, who work in the engineering field. So from there, they probably have like a boss that's worked with someone else or talked to someone else, right? Because I know a lot of people that work in engineering. Like for example, one of them works at FPL, which is the Florida Power like company, right? So he's probably met someone there that's worked in the government, right? Obviously, duh. But it's had like contact with people in the government. Probably. So like to get to like a president or to get to a like Ron DeSantis or something, I don't think it'd actually be that many degrees of separation. Probably like 4 or 5, TBH. They'd be like impossible to work to actually get in contact with these people. But like I know a guy that probably like that works there whose boss probably has met some person that's met another person. Like, yeah. you're 4 degrees of separation from Trump. In theory, I think so. I wouldn't say 4. I'd say 5. I would say 5. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 9, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think it's interesting though, because so that's 6 from him. Oh yeah, him, the one we mentioned earlier. I don't like this theory anymore. I mean, think about it like this. It's not like a workable like connection, you know? Like you'll never see me go talk to the president. That's not gonna happen. Oh, you know what's one actually? Oh, wait, I have another line. I have a friend that works at Apple, right? And if you're going down the Apple pipeline, 100%, I am 6 connections away from the CEO of Apple. What's his name? Tim Cook, right? Something like that. I forgot his name. Like 100% within that. So if the president can talk to whoever he wants. Not actually, no. I mean, he can, I suppose. But there's like a lot of rules on it. If it mattered. I was reading the word Apple at the same time as I was talking. I'm like, Apple. That's right. I mentioned Apple. I'd rather have built this out of gold because gold is easier to mine once you're done with it, but it's fine. Yoink, we have haste too now. Okay. We do get it down here, right? I built all that. It'd be really shit if we didn't get it down here. Okay, we do. Perfect. Oh, bro, I should have done this way earlier. I should have done this way earlier. Oh, crap, man. That's just so much easier. Alright, we can push this back then, since now I can mine this faster. Hello, Faye. Good morning. You know what? Actually, I'm not gonna mention this one. I think Faye's another one though for like when it comes to degrees of connections. That's a good place because of where Faye works. I think that's a really good one. Faye, who do you know? We're talking about like how in this world you're like only 6 connections away from anyone, right? I think because of where you work, you're like a prime place to like farm connections. I think location is also a big one, right? Because someone who's in the middle of like fucking nowhere isn't gonna have shit for connections. Like, I mean, I suppose though, like for those towns, like, it's like maybe mysterious. It's like, oh, you know, this one guy that went out of state and all of a sudden, you know, he met like fucking everyone or whatever. But no, if we're talking about like degrees of connections, and I realized that like when it comes to the CEO of Microsoft, like only I think what was it we said 4 connections away? Yeah. 4 connections away from the CEO of Microsoft. You're also 4 connections away. I mean, in theory, maybe you have a shortcut since we know the same people. Hello, Mooney. Oh my god, Mooney. I've seen that name in a while. How you doing? How's it going? Welcome back. Mooney, who do you know? How many degrees of connection away are you from from the CEO of Microsoft. Mooney, you're 5 degrees of connections away from separation from Bill Gates. Bill Gates is actually my dad. Everyone here is getting banned from their Xbox. No. Probably like 1 to 783. No. You're not thinking not thinking big enough. Are you sure? Yeah. Yeah, because here's what Tangy is saying, right? Cause you have so you start with you, then we go to me, right? And then from me, you go to Vio. And then from Vio, you go to Jeb. And then from Jeb, you go to the CEO of Microsoft, Bill Gates, because they probably know each other. But Ken doesn't count? What do you mean? What do you mean I don't count? The fuck? Of course I count. It's a big step. What do you mean? The point isn't like actually like being able to talk to them. Does it have to be someone? No, it's just connections. It's just people you know. That's all it is. Like for this hypothetical, I assume it's like a reasonable like it's not just someone that like knows the guy. It's like someone that you can actually get in touch with, you know? Where it's like, this one person can get in contact with them, right? That's like my like one condition. It's not just like, you've had to have known him and maybe you have his number. But if that motherfucker like doesn't respond to you, exactly. Like you can message anyone on Twitter, but that's like not realistic. Like some people just are not gonna get back to you. Like in theory, you can make contact with anyone, but if it's not like actually consistent or like, you know, realistically workable, I guess, I wouldn't count that. That's like a Mickey Mouse connection. That's not real. Yo, Galaxy! Welcome on in. Hello, gamers. Welcome on in. Chat, if you follow, chat, go follow Galaxy. I said the words wrong. Go do that. Go do that. If you're in my stream and you haven't, do that. But guys, welcome on in. Tell me right now, how many degrees of separation are you away from Bill Gates? Guys, let me know. Let me know. Let's get Galaxy a shout out. Please, if you guys haven't. I'm sure my mods have, but if they haven't, please do. Yeah. Hello, raid or something like that. We're talking about degrees of separation and knowing people. So the idea of this hypothetical situation we're talking about is that like you know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows Bill Gates, right? That's basically this hypothetical or this topic we're talking about. So like we're always like 6 degrees. It's like the theory at least. You're always 6 degrees of separations, connections, or whatever away from anyone in the world is the idea of that hypothetical, right? Get in touch with the kid with terminal cancer. They get to meet John Cena. John Cena knows everyone. I don't know about that one. I think that's like it's a little. You have to like get in contact with some like random ass kid. Greta Thunberg. Okay, for that one, I don't even know. How many degrees? I mean, think about like the people you know and who they would know, right? For them, what about Obama? Here's my mindset, right? Here's what I think. Because I have like friends who work in engineering, right? And some work at like in the government. In theory, one of their bosses, that's like one to a friend, right? To one of my friends who work in one of those positions that's like in government or adjacent to government. Their bosses probably know a guy in the government. So you go from their boss to like the actual, like, you know, whatever person in government's in a higher position. That's 4. And then 5, I think you get to any government official. I'm gonna be so for real. I think from there you can get to like any government official or a government official that knows another government official, you know? I think you can work up the ladder like 6 connections away for that one. I keep saying connections. I don't know why. This all sounds very hypothetical. It is. That is the hypothetical. It's not realistic. Like, I'm not going to get in contact with, like, Ron DeSantis or, like, anyone in particular because of this. The idea of this is that, like, you'll know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy 6 degrees down. That could be anyone in the world. That it could be anyone.
You talked up a lot of cars last night. Which
Yo,
one's your
oh
associate?
shit, I unplugged my headset.
Oh, no, I'm
shit.
sorry. It was your sister. You know, I can't tell them apart these days.
Galaxy, thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. That's huge. That's massive. Thank you. I appreciate that. Galaxy, what were you doing? What were you doing on stream? What were you up to? Let me
know what else is massive?
Let me know. Let me know. I want to hear all about it. Cornman. No. 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 How do you unplug your headset? I have a very short cable. I have a very short cable. I was playing on Mel's community SMP. I see. I built some houses. W houses. I'll have to look at them later. Also, the music paused because I unplugged my headset. It's actually troll. There we go. Cool. Blop blop blop. Yeah, right now we're working on my trim shop. And for the trim shop, I'm making like little mini models of like certain areas of where you find those trims. And one that I have here is a desert temple, which isn't really a mini model, to be fair. It's a scaled model, but I think it's funny. I think it's funny though to just have a whole ass desert temple down here. So that's what we're doing. Kind of like trying to bury it here. And yeah. John Cena knows everyone. I mean, if you make a John Cena connection, sure. But yeah. But with the entire desert temple, it's funny because I actually destroyed a desert temple for this. Like I did tear one down just to make this. I'm like, yoink, I'm gonna move you somewhere else now. Goodbye. This is no longer your home. Womp womp. I think that the hypothetical, by the way, for the 6 connections away from everyone is like more for I think it kind of falls apart, like at least it being something realistic, it kind of falls apart when you get to like rich people or really far away people. Wait, my Bill Gates connection might be 3 or 4 away. See, there we go. See, there we go. See, I know Faye's a good one. Faye's a good one to like get anywhere, low key. I think Faye knows people. I think Faye knows people that Faye doesn't even know they know. But I think location is just a prime thing for it. My aunt hires CEOs. Like look at that lore. We just got new lore. New lore just dropped. My Tom Jones connection gotta be short because my Nana loves him. Surely. I have one connection to Bill Gates because he's my dad. Exactly. So true. Yoink. Okay. What is the most famous person you know? The most famous person I know? It'd have to be a Twitch streamer, right? It's for sure a Twitch streamer. I just don't know which one. My uncle works for Microsoft, so definitely 1 degree. Well, 2 degrees. Because that's 1 to your uncle, then second 1 to your... For your uncle, it'd be 1 degree. For you, it'd be 2 degrees. That messaged me back. Okay. Probably someone in Turtle Gang. If you look at the Turtle Gang team, maybe someone that I have like down there right now. If you look at them, whoever has whoever has the most viewers, let's go with them. They're probably the one that I think realistically I can talk to and would respond back. Because that's a part of the condition, right? I did have to respond back. Oh, Mel? You think Mel's the most popular person you know? Or most famous person? Let me look at the Turtle Gang team, actually. I can go check myself. I'm kind of curious now. My mind is kind of going to Jamal right now. But I'm not sure. You have challengers down there? Let me actually change it. Since challengers is over. And gone. I like to rotate the thing. Hoof. I don't really talk to Hoof, but I think if I message Hoof, he'd respond back to me. Because Hoof knows who I am. So, like, in theory, that could be the one. But I'd say, like, a more, like, consistent one would be Jamal. Yeah, Jamal was on Hermitcraft. I think Jamal might be the most famous person I know and speak to regularly. Because I do speak to Jamal regularly. Okay, Turtle Gang. Let me look at Turtle Gang real quick. Certain German leader. If we're talking about a certain German leader, then he's fucking dead. So I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. Looking at the Turtle Gang list. Yeah. You know what? You know who's a good... I think this is like a sneaky one, right? A sneaky good connection one could be K-Dog, right? And I'll explain it to you guys. I'll explain K-Dog to you guys. Fucking thunder. Maybe I won't talk about K-Dog. Never mind, bro. Fucking starts thundering and shit. We're talking about degrees of connection to people. And degrees of separation. From like, you know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy. And one that I think is a sneaky one is K-Dog. Because K-Dog... KD, I don't want to say him the full fucking legal name. KD works. Can I say where he works? I'll say where he works. I don't think it's a big deal. Works in like golf related stuff, right? And I am sure that like at least there has been like one CEO over there, right? It's like golf shit, bro. Like there had to have been like a lot of like fucking people that like show up that are like rich or some shit that know a guy that know a guy. 100%. Trump? I wouldn't doubt it. Honestly, I could see that being like a shortcut to Trump. Cause let's go with KD here, right? KD knows his boss. Let's go with his boss. KD, his boss. His boss knows like maybe some one-off random like rich person, or maybe even like. Nah, Trump would go to his own courses. But, like, he knows, like, a really rich guy. Some, like, a lot of CEOs that go by. Maybe a few that, like, are even in contact with each other. Because it's like, oh, come back to my golf course. Oh, shit, you know me. And that's 4. I think that's 4. I think that's a big one. I think that's 4 right there. All the rich folk go golfing? Yeah. Yeah, I think through KD, you have a lot there. I think his boss knows, maybe not him directly, but his boss knows like rich ass people, and probably has like their numbers and can get in contact with them. Because once again, for this hypothetical, I'm counting like actual people you know, and that if you call them, they'll respond. Or like at least, you know, they'll get back to you. Because maybe these rich people are like busy, or they're like, you know, fake Mickey Mouse busy, but they're busy. Donkeys can be rich? Yeah, I don't get that one. Yeah, I don't get that one. I might be a little bit of a dumbass, I'm not gonna lie. I think because I live near Seattle, I can get in contact with a lot of tech people. See, that's the thing though, Corn Man. You're thinking about like... You said ass? Oh, shit, you're right. You're talking about like making new connections. It has to be people you already know. I feel like talking about hypotheticals in an already hypothetical is kind of like, well, I can go out and talk to some random person on the street, I guess, but yeah, I have regular customers who work in tech. Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, from there you could probably like know a guy, but you don't like talk to these customers. You don't have their numbers, right? Like you don't have a way to get in contact with your customers unless it's like a specific scenario. I have customers who work in Boeing. Yeah. I actually know a guy who works in Boeing too. To be fair, he's a little bit... I could message him and he'd respond back to me, but it's a little bit more of like a Mickey Mouse thing. He was my one of my team members for my final project in college. Oh my god. I'm gonna shit myself. Wildy Coyote, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome on in. But yeah, I think it's kind of cool to think about though, that like, you know, like everyone in the world is kind of connected more than you'd think they are. Where it's like, oh, it doesn't actually take that many more like steps or connections to get to a certain someone, you know? Like, obviously rich people are a little bit more out there because it's a bit harder to get in contact with them. They probably have a lot of people who are trying to all the time. But like, if you know the right guy, who knows a guy, you could. It could happen. Because that's the thing about this too, right? Like, out of the blue, it's not realistic to talk to someone who's rich. But if you know a person who's setting you up to talk to them already, then, like, you can get in contact with that person. It could happen. It could. It's difficult. You know, dare I say near impossible, but it's not, like, impossible. Like, it's impossible, but, like, there's a chance. You know, like, the president of the U.S. might not, like, listen to me if I just message him out of the blue. God knows I wish he'd listen to me, bro. I have some ideas about what he's doing, but like if you have the right connection, the right guy to set you up to start the conversation, you could get there. And if I just start glazing Trump, maybe he'll listen. Maybe he'll listen, bro. I'm just like, Mr. President, you're doing such a good job, Mr. President. Such a great job. Let me talk to you, Mr. President. I have a gold plaque here for you. Would you like it? Forgive me for the politics talk. No, you're good. I don't really care about that. Have you seen the statue that appeared in DC? I have. In case you guys haven't seen the statue, there's a statue that appeared in DC. That's it's Jeffrey Epstein and Trump holding hands and just like, you know, like skipping along like they're homies, like they're friends, which they are, or they were. Awkward. But it's actually fucking hilarious. It just appeared one day. It was just there. Yeah. Base statue, so true, so true. So true. Also Kenj. Yeah. What are you about to tell me? How was your rapture day? It was actually pretty chill. I tried ascending, but I was indoors. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Dude, I cannot believe I talked about this earlier on stream, right? But I cannot believe how enthusiastic some people are for the world to end, man. I don't understand it. The what? Today's supposed to be the rapture. TikTok was like on about this for like a while. Christian TikTok or rapture TikTok, rapture talk, whatever it's called. Talking about how like the rapture's gonna happen. The world's gonna end. What does that word even mean? It's basically how like the world ends. It's like the trumpets start playing, like a bunch of fucking natural disaster shit happens. Like it's not good for us. It doesn't end well for us. But I never understood this obsession with the world ending, and like almost like this level of enthusiasm for it. That's the weird part to me. That's okay to me. Like thinking that the world's gonna end, like fine, whatever. Okay, think whatever you want is gonna happen. To me, it's the enthusiasm about it. That's the part that's like odd to me, because it's like you almost seem excited for this. You seem like a little too hyped up for it in my mind. Some guy sold his car. This is what I don't get either. Why are you selling your car for the rapture? Like, what does this have to do with it? What is it? Why do you feel compelled to sell? Why do you need the money now from your car? You're gonna die anyway. Or ascend, sorry. Same diff, I guess, but... Why? Why are you doing that? What's the point? Just keep your car and just die anyway. like what? You don't need to sell your car to pass away. New lore just dropped, guys. Having a car won't keep you alive. The rapture, funny thing is that it's written that no one will know when it's going to happen, only God, meaning that you really shouldn't put a date and expect it to happen. The thing is that like some guy said that God told him. And some guy's like, wait, no, God told me this, bro. Wait, hold on, guys. God told me this is gonna happen. I've seen it, bro. I've seen it. Trust. My source, trust, bro. Trust, bro. Maybe the car will be worth more wherever you take it with you. That is true. Ned Flanders, is that you? Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a little scary how quick people are to believe some shit like that, though. But I guess it's, like, expected in this world, I suppose, considering where we're at. Where, like, if some people speak, some people will just be like, yeah. It's just, like, glazed or some shit. Like, yeah, no, I believe that. Yeah, this guy would never lie to me. What do you mean? Yeah. Oh, you know what? Speaking of stuff, I need to see a news story that happened. Hold on. I saw this before I went live. I want to see what occurred here. There was a shooting at a ice facility, and I want to see any updates on it. Okay, so yeah, 2 injured, 1 dead. Okay. That's why I checked that to see. I'm gonna be so honest, I don't think it's the world, it's just America. Most of my UK TikToks are filled with them making fun of Americans for this. Same with the Asians. They were all just saying how delusional the Americans are. It's pretty funny. It's just like, I don't know, these like, this type of like religious person that's like that is just so... Is it mean to say they're cooked? Because they are. They are. And specifically evangelical Christians, yeah. Yeah. Dude. Speaking of, like, religious stuff, I guess. So, in case you guys don't know, Charlie Kirk died. Dude, I've been hearing mention about Charlie Kirk, like, every fucking day, though. It's kind of insane. But Charlie Kirk died, and now I'm the one mentioning him. And they had a memorial for him. Or a memorial, whatever it is. And at that thing, right? His wife spoke, said some shit about forgiving the shooter. And, you know, like whatever her thing. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was like about compassion. It was about spreading love, like whatever, you know, like, oh, this is what my husband like advocated for. He'd want me to forgive him. He'd want more conversation, like whatever the fuck, right? That's not the point of the story. The point is that after his wife spoke and said all this shit about compassion and forgiving the shooter and not hating anyone, do you know who spoke? The fucking president. And do you know what the first thing the president, not the first thing, but you know what the president said? I hate the guy. I hate him. I hate them all. Dude, he is such a divisive motherfucker, man. I think this is the one thing that I genuinely dislike the most about. There's a lot to dislike about him, but dislike the most about him is how divisive this motherfucker is for no reason. For no fucking reason. He's like, I hate him. I hate them all, to be honest. And he sounds so, like, spiteful. He's so fucking spiteful, bro. Like, holy shit, man. This is someone's, like a memoriam funeral thing. Like, get a fucking grip. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what are you talking about? Like, you know, feel however you want about Charlie Kirk, right? I'm thinking about this from, like, their perspective, from who these people are, right? Like, you like, you're supposed to be this, like, Christian Catholic, whatever the fuck you are, and you're talking about, like, hating people. You're the president talking about hate after a man was shot. And then the shit in Europe, bro. He went to Europe and started calling them delusional, that they're insane, that climate change isn't fucking real, that their policies are shit, their countries are shit. Dude, get a fucking grip. What are you fucking... You're the president of the US. What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Like, there has to be some level of, like, decorum. Some level of, like not just saying whatever the fuck you want. A level of, like, respect, I'd say. At least. Perhaps, maybe. And this is what I mean. I talked to my mom about this a couple of times, right? Because my mom says that everyone needs to be treated with respect and all that stuff. But in my mind, that's just not true. There are some people that don't deserve fucking respect. And dare I say it, maybe I'm gonna get shot for this. Who fucking knows? Or the CIA is gonna take me out. But I think the president is one of them. I don't respect the motherfucker because he doesn't give any respect to anyone. At all. In any way. I think respect is something that goes, like, two ways. And if you're someone who's, like, just a fucking asshole, you don't deserve any of it. Doesn't matter who you are. Calling everyone, yeah, just calling everyone stupid, everyone dumb. Because didn't he say he hoped that one guy who did it got the death sentence? Yes. And the thing is, right? This is actually, like, really bad that they're doing this. The same thing that happened with Luigi Mangione, right? Where if they're, like, going out there and advocating for stuff like this, it could fuck up their actual case. If you make a big show out of this stuff, and you do all this stuff, all this speculation, all these, like, things you just say, like, fucking randomly, it affects the investigation. Because right now, right, let's say, like, we don't know a lot about the shooter. There's still a lot of things that are, like, still not known about the Charlie Kirk shooter. Like, especially when it comes to, like, his political, like, stance. Can they even say, like, if he's not someone who's on the left, right? Can they even say it? The president has already like gone out and said like that he's a radical leftist. We don't fucking know that. What we know about him is that he hasn't voted in the last like 2 elections. He's not registered for a single party. We know he was on Reddit, I guess. I suppose he was on Reddit. But we don't know shit. And the president's just making stuff up. He's just making shit up. He came out like minute 1 to talk shit about the radical left after Charlie died.
Huh?
This country is probably on the edge of getting fucked. No, we are. Yeah, no, we are. Doesn't that just make him as bad of a person? Like, what? Low-key? Kind of. Because that's all he does. All this president does is talk about hate. And, like, even at a man's fucking, like, memorial, he's talking about hating people. And wanting to go after all of them. Who is everyone? Who are the people we want to go after? Please, do illuminate me, bro. Let me know. Who are all these people you hate? Name them verbatim. That's the thing. These people are fucking vague. Cause I watched like the Charlie Kirk thing, right? These people are fucking vicious. They want war. They want conflict. Some guy was talking about like we have to fight. We have to find these people. And the way they mention it is like very like there's like a degree that they could be like, I wasn't saying that. That's not what I was saying. What? No, dude, you're imagining it. I didn't say it in that way. Come on, guys. Relax. Chill. What are you talking about? But the way they speak, the way they talk, there's a degree of like they can deny it. They can be like, that's not what I was saying. That's not what I meant. Come on, guys. Come on, you know me. Come on. That's not how I meant it. You silly gooses. When I said we need to hunt down the radical leftists, that's not what I meant. And here's what it was. I was trying to think about what it was he said exactly. He's kept on saying them. They are the enemy. That's what he kept on saying. They are the enemy. We need to go after them.
You're now lurking in
He kept on saying that specifically. And this guy, right, the way he talks, the way he says this, the way I think it's interpreted by people, is that it's not about... I want to know who he says is they. Who is them, is what I want to know. Who is the group of people exactly that this guy is advocating that we need to fight and we need to stop? Who is it? Because as far as we know, the shooter, we don't know what group they're a part of, if any. The president might have some theories about that he'll like spew out and say with like zero fucking evidence behind. Dude, oh my god, wait, hold on, the ball is rolling. Dude, have you guys seen the shit about Tylenol and autism? Oh my goodness, bro. I'm gonna pull up the clip. I'm gonna pull it up. You guys have to see this shit. It's absurd. We're gonna watch it together. We're gonna watch it. It is absurd. He is making shit up on the spot. Dude, it's comical. It would be more comical if it wasn't the president saying it. Hold on. So, just some initial context, I guess, before I start talking. The president has found out what causes autism. And that is taking Tylenol and vaccines. Whoa, no way. But hold on. Hold on. Let's see if I can find the link, because I think I linked it somewhere. Maybe not. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Autism, Trump. But his talk, bro.
President Trump appeared.
All right, no, not this one. I want to find the actual speech of him talking.
Walking into the doors as President Trump alongside a...
Why is the audio so shit for this video?
Institute of Health, Dr. J. Bhattacharya, FDA Commissioner.
Okay, wait, show. Oh my god, my shit is so laggy, bro. Not this vaccine shit again. That's vaccine shit again.
We actually met in my office. Is it like 20 years ago, Bobby? It's probably 20 years ago in New York.
Okay.
Known.
I wanna watch this one, right? I wanna watch this one with you guys because I think it's funny, bro. I think it's funny because you could tell that this guy is full of shit. He has no fucking clue what he's talking about. He's making shit up. And there's a moment specifically that I'll let you guys know when that is. But, yeah.
So I've been waiting for this meeting for 20 years. Actually.
20 years. He's been on this for 20 years, bro. He's been wanting to have this meeting for 20 years, by the way.
And it's not that everything's 100% understood or known, but...
And this is the way he starts it off with. And this is what I think it makes it, like, dangerous, right? He starts off by saying it's not 100% known and everything is found out. Which means that the president, this isn't Donald Trump, right? Separate it, right? This is the fucking president saying some bullshit that isn't 100% known. Already deniability. Exactly. Exactly. It's not 100% known. It's not 100% understood.
Made a lot of strides. I wish it was done a long time ago. Today, we're delighted to be joined by America's top medical and public health professionals as we announce historic steps to...
Also add in like a little bit of foreshadowing here. The evidence that they have for this isn't like 100%. It's all circumstantial. It's not like substantial, basically. The evidence they do have doesn't actually prove that there's a connection or a link between it. It's like the people who do the research themselves say it, bro. It's circumstantial.
I want to thank the...
It's like the correlation is not equal causation shit. It's that basically.
Man who brought this issue to the forefront of American politics along with me. And we actually met in my office. Is it like 20 years ago, Bobby? It's probably 20 years ago in New York. I was a developer, as you probably heard, and I always had very strong feelings about autism and how it happened.
Why is the president talking about this? Does he have better things to do?
And
anything to not talk about Epstein, I guess.
The word got out, and I wouldn't say that people were very understanding of where we were, but it's turning out that we understood a lot more than a lot of people.
See, what I don't understand here is I think the implication here is that 20 years ago, him and RFK were talking about the causes of autism. And I think they talk about how spoiler alert, talk about how Tylenol is the root cause of it. But I feel like the real thing they're talking about is like vaccines and shit.
Who studied it,
but we think.
And I say we think because I don't think they were really letting the public know what they knew. Thanks as well to the director of the National Institute of Health, Dr. J. Bhattacharya, FDA Commissioner, Dr. Marty McCary. These are great people. Administrator of the Centers for Medicine and Medicaid Services, Dr. Mehmet Oz, and Acting Assistant Secretary of HHS, Dr. Dorothy Fink. So thank you all. Thank you, Dorothy, very much.
Wow.
The meteoric rise in autism is among the most alarming public health developments in history. There's never been anything like this.
It sucks that I am now rooting for a big pharma in a lawsuit. It really does suck, doesn't it? It really does suck. But they shouldn't get away with this. They can't. They really shouldn't. Because they're making shit up. And we'll get to the actual clip the moment.
1 in 10,000 children had autism.
The moment that just like fucking like...
Not a long time.
I've
always heard, you know, they say a few, but I think it's a lot less time than that. It used to be 1 in 20,000, then 1 in 10,000. And I would say that's probably 18 years ago.
Chat, delete that shit.
1 in 31.
One of the mods delete that
In
message.
some areas, it's much worse than that, if you can believe it. 1 in 31. And I gave numbers yesterday. For boys, it's 1 in 12. I was told that's in California, where they have for some reason, a more severe problem. But whether it's 1 in 12 or 1 in 31, can you imagine? That's down from 1 in 20,000 and 1 in 10,000. And now we're at the level of 1 in 12 in some cases for boys.
1 in 12.
1 in 31 overall. So since 2000, autism rates have surged by much more than 400%. Instead of attacking those who ask questions, everyone should be grateful for those who are trying to get the answers to this complex situation. And the first day all of these great doctors behind me were there, I told them, this is what we have to find out. Because when you go from 20,000 to 10,000, and then you go to 12, you know there's something artificial. They're taking something.
Right. So, just so you guys know, just to give you, not I'm yap endlessly without me saying something. The reason why most people believe that the rates are up, right, and why like more people have autism now than they did back then is for two main reasons. One is that what is considered to be autism is better understood now, and it's a little bit broader. Like the definition of it, the spectrum is like, it's just broader. And what Cornman said in chat is better screening. Now, like, doctors know what to look for. They know how to, like, diagnose it better. And so more people just have it. Those are, like, the main reasons. But
Something.
there's a third one. There's a third one. A third reason.
There are certain groups of people that don't take vaccines and don't take any pills that have no autism.
And there it is.
And
there it is, chat. And there it is. It's the fucking vaccines, chat. It's the vaccines, guys. It's the vaccines.
No autism. Does that tell you something? That's currently.
It could.
Is that a correct statement, by the way?
That's the fucking part. Hold on. Play that shit back. Run that shit back. Run that shit back.
That have no autism. That have no autism. Does that tell you something? That's currently. Is that a correct statement, by the way?
He just said some bullshit. He just said, oh, there are people that don't take vaccines and don't take pills that don't have autism. That. You guys seeing that? Are you guys noticing that? Are you noticing? Are you noticing? And then he looks to his left, to his right. He's like, is that true? That is true, right? What I just said? What are you talking about? That's true. You should just know. You should know. You shouldn't. The president should not say some shit if he doesn't fucking know what he's saying. You shouldn't, mid-conference, look around and ask, what I just said, is that true? You should know this before you say it. You shouldn't just say it and then ask afterwards if what I just said was true. That's not. Oh my God, it's laughable. It's laughable, bro.
Yeah, with the Amish, for example.
The Amish, yeah, virtually. I heard none. See, Bobby wants to be very careful with what he says, and he should, but I'm not so careful with what I say.
We know.
Certain group.
We know you are not careful. We know.
An example.
You don't need to tell us that.
Essentially, no autism. First effect.
I the idea of people behind the wall just deciding, you know what? Why don't we just put some autism in these vaccines? It's just what they do. It's what they do best.
Immediately, the FDA will be notifying physicians that the use of well, let's see how we say that.
Acetaminophen, bro, my favorite. Nom 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 nom.
Which is basically
acetaminophen.
Tylenol during pregnancy can be associated with a very.
It's always so hard to actually hear what RFK is saying. I mean, to be fair, he's not like on the mic.
Increased.
He's backseat gaming the president right now.
So taking Tylenol is not good.
I think here's a part of the problem, right? With what he's saying here is that he's mentioning one brand specifically. He's saying Tylenol specifically, and instead of the actual like ingredient that that's causing, supposedly, with much evidence, a lot of evidence, that causes it.
All right, I'll say it. It's not good.
So I think mentioning a brand and then continuing to only mention the brand and not the actual ingredient is a problem.
For this reason, they are strongly recommending that women limit Tylenol use during pregnancy unless medically necessary. That's, for instance, in cases of extremely high fever, that you feel you can't tough it out, you can't do it. I guess there's that.
That's right. That's right. To all the pregnant women out there, bro, I need you guys to tug it out. All right, you need to tough it out, bro. Well, what can I say? To all the pregnant women, I know you guys have it easy. I need you to tough it out.
Small.
It's so fucking
cases,
laughable, bro. It's laughable. It's the way he talks about it, man. The way he speaks about it. It's just so like. It's just so. What's like the way to describe it? It's so careless. There's so little like thought behind it. I can't see the thoughts.
But if you can't tough it out, if you can't do it, that's what you're gonna have to do. You'll take a Tylenol, but it'll be very.
So that's just what you have to do, I guess. What is he even getting out of this? Okay, so this is what I heard, and this is like maybe a little bit more of a conspiracy thing. Not that the president would ever do anything wrong, but one of the things that they suggest as an alternative thing, right, is something that one of the people, that one of his homies, one of his friends, you know, these people love each other, is one of the people who are invested in a company that makes it. So they're putting down Tylenol and propping up this new thing. I forgot what it's called exactly, but that's what they do here later on. We'll get to it, but
sparingly can be something.
Also, by the way, just letting you know, the things that Tylenol treats, like fever and pain and stuff, can cause more complications. An untreated fever and pain and all that shit not being treated can cause more complications in pregnancy. So him making this announcement, and don't get me wrong, bro, if he's right, I guess, I suppose. But the way he talks about it, the way he mentions it, the amount of doubt they have, and like lack of security in their fucking answer, tells me they don't know 100%. Because he says it himself, he doesn't know 100%. Could be. If you don't know, you're putting people's lives in danger. You are a risk. It's some doctor, not a doctor. Oz scam they're promoting. Exactly. It's Dr. Oz. That's who it is. It's Dr. Oz. He has a company he's invested in, I believe. I could be wrong about this. Listen, if he can make shit up on the spot, I can too. I believe that's either he's invested or that he's like an owner of it, where he has his company that sells this pharmaceutical stuff that, you know, now, oh my God, the fucking Vine boom. Now that they're putting down Tylenol, they're propping up that as an alternative. But the problem is that there is a conflict of interest, right? Where it's like this guy is directly involved. This Dr. Oz guy is a friend of the administration, works there. He even mentioned him verbatim in this before. He mentioned his name. So there's like a conflict of interest, and they have an interest in seeing Tylenol not be used, and instead having this alternative. And obviously their own agenda with vaccines being dangerous.
That's very dangerous to the woman's health. In other words, a fever that's very, very dangerous, and ideally a doctor's decision, because I think you shouldn't take it, and you shouldn't take it during the entire pregnancy. They may tell you that toward the end of the pregnancy you shouldn't take it during the entire, and you shouldn't give the child the Tylenol every time he's born and he goes and has a shot. You shouldn't give a Tylenol to that child.
That's right.
All pregnant women should talk to their doctors for more information about limiting the use of this medication while pregnant. So ideally you don't take it at all, but if you can't tough it out, if there's a problem, you're going to end up doing it.
Tough it out.
Tough it out. I can tell you that I'll say that they will maybe say at a little bit later date But I think when you go for the shot, you do it over a 5-time period. Take it over 5 times or 4 times.
Okay, now, by the way, he just transferred over to talking about vaccines. Just letting you know. I'm pretty sure he just switched over to yapping, but about vaccines.
You take it in smaller doses, and you spread it out over a period of years. And they pump so much stuff into those beautiful little babies. It's a disgrace. I don't see it. I think it's very bad. They're pumping. It looks like they're pumping into a horse. You have a little child, little fragile child, and you get a vat of 80 different vaccines, I guess, 80 different blends, and they pump it in. So ideally, a woman won't take Tylenol, and on the vaccine.
Bro, what? They're talking about this is just anti-vaccine shit, which is the least shocking thing they can ever do or ever talk about. Like this is very much in character for these people to talk about.
Vaccines, it would be good instead of one visit where they pump the baby, load it up with stuff. You'll do it over a period of 4 times or 5 times. I've been so into this issue for so many years just because I couldn't understand how a thing like this could happen. And it's artificially induced. It's not like something that when you go from all of those, healthy babies to a point where I don't even know structurally if a country can afford it. And that's the least of the problems.
Country might fall apart. It's because of Tylenol, guys.
Over this is just so terrible. I also, and we've already done this, we want no mercury in the vaccine. We want
more
no
mercury.
Aluminum in the vaccine.
No more metal.
The MMR, I think, should be taken separately. This is based on what I feel the mumps, measles.
No one cares what you feel, you dumbass. Why are you saying this? This is based on what I feel. The vibes, the vibes are off. I don't know. It doesn't seem right to me. I don't know. What the fuck are you talking about? This is supposed to be an actual announcement. Some shit. You cannot, as the president. Your voice is listened to. People listen to you. You can't just say like, I feel like this is a bad thing. Just like, it seems off to me. Why? What reason? I don't feel it. It's dangerous, bro. What it is, it's dangerous. Because the president shouldn't be doing this.
And
unfortunately, people listen to him. So when he talks, he has to be careful of what he says. It's not like some random motherfucker on Twitter, not like some random motherfucker wherever. This is the president of the US. And this is one thing I see a lot of people do, right? They like discredit whatever Trump does. It's like, oh, it's just a Trump thing. It's something that Trump does. It's just a thing that he does. It's just Trump, whatever. You can't listen to whatever he says because it's just Trump. You should. He's the fucking president.
The 3 should be taken separately. And it seems to be that when you mix them, there could be a problem. So there's no downside in taking them separately. In fact, they think it's better, so let it be separate. The chicken pox is already separate because when that got mixed in, I guess they made it 4 for a while, it really was bad. So they make chicken pox. Individually, they're okay. When you mix them, something maybe happens. So there's no downside in doing it. It's not like, oh, if you do it, bad things. No, it's only good side. And it may not have that much of an impact, but it may have a big impact. So let those be.
It may not have a big impact, but it could have a big impact.
Taken separately. And then hepatitis B is sexually transmitted. There's no reason to give a baby that's almost just born hepatitis B. So I would say wait till the baby is 12 years old and formed and take hepatitis B.
I don't know. I don't know what to say here, bro. I mean, like, Dude, like we gotta wait until they're like fully formed. Like I don't know, fucking 12. Like what? What are you talking about? What do you mean? What do you mean? What's wrong with you? And formed. It's just such a weird way to talk about it, man. Sexually transmitted disease. Let's wait until they're 12. What? So what the fuck are you?
And I think if you do those things, it's going to be a whole different. It's going to be a revolution.
Bro, he's got to release the list, man. He has to release that list.
In a positive sense.
Fuck,
in the
man.
country. The FDA will be updating the label of an existing drug to reflect potential benefits in reducing some autism symptoms. This gives hope to the
a drug that helps the symptoms.
Many parents with autistic children that it may be possible to improve their lives.
See, this is the problem. This is the fucking problem, right? Nothing they say, I believe. Not a word. I think, this is what I think, right? If they find like things like this that could help a problem, just as general, not like whatever. Like they could find a way to, you know, be like, oh yeah, this is linked to this, and explain things and have like actual reasoning. I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think that's a bad thing. That's not a bad thing to have. The problem is that these motherfuckers are talking about solutions to something they clearly don't understand. Look at him. Look at him, bro. They talk about vaccines like they know fucking everything when it's clear as shit they know nothing. They talk about autism as if they found the solution. They found the answer when they clearly don't know shit. With him looking all like, what I just said was that right? Was that true? It's reckless. It's fucking reckless for some gotcha win, I guess. I don't know.
That's one of the things that.
But that is true. He did explain it. He said, "I'm not 100% sure. I'm not it's not 100%."
I'm very, very happy about it. I mean, this was mostly going to be on how not to have the child affected, but we've learned some pretty good things about certain elements of genius that can be given to a baby, and the baby can get better, and in some cases maybe substantially better. Not going to be easy, but be a lot easier if it didn't happen in the first place, as these great parents fully understand, right? They fully understand. I feel so terribly for. I have so many friends with autistic children. It's just.
Don't give the baby autism. Give him the genius.
It's a tough situation.
I don't know, man.
Finally, to help reach the ultimate goal of ending the autism fever, the NIH will be announcing 13 major grant awards from the Autism Data Science Initiatives. And to be honest with you, to me, that's the least important. It's not even a money thing at this point. There's so much money, but they have to do, and they have to move quickly. When the alternative is that nothing bad can happen, let's do it now. I was just saying to Bobby and the group, let's do it now.
The thing is, something bad can happen. Because when you tell people, don't take Tylenol, Tylenol gives your baby autism. What that means is that these people are going to look, these pregnant women that believe what Trump is saying, even though he's not 100% certain, that they will be going through fevers, they will be going through pain, that they don't necessarily have to go to, that could put their pregnancy in more risk. There is a consequence. There is him saying there's no downside. There is a downside. There's no useful alternative. And that alternative that he mentions here is some like whatever. Oh God. God. He doesn't offer like an actual realistic alternative. It's just absurd. It's fucking absurd. He has his Dr. Oz solution, though. Thank God.
Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen.
It can only good happen.
But with Tylenol,
Chills.
Don't take it.
Chills.
Don't take it. And if you can't live, if your fever is so bad, you have to take one, because there's no alternative to that. Sadly, first question, what can you take instead? It's actually, there's not an alternative to that.
Yeah, at least he mentions that. At least he mentions that.
Medicines are absolutely proven bad. I mean, they've been proven bad with the aspirins and the Advils and others, right? And they've been proven bad. So I'd like to ask Bobby to get up to the podium and say a few words, and then Dr. Bhattacharya and Dr. McCary, Dr. Oz, Dr. Fink, followed by two incredible mothers that have experienced firsthand what this country is going through, what parts of the world are going through. And I will say there are parts of the world that don't take Tylenol. I mean, there's a rumor, and I don't know if it's so or not, that Cuba, they don't have Tylenol because they don't have the money for Tylenol, and they have virtually no autism, okay? Tell me about that one.
Wow. Chills. That's right, guys. Cuba has 0 autism. It's true. Are they talking about rumors? Why? The president? I don't know. He can. Because he can. But it's such a problem. It's such a fucking problem, man. All this vibe-based science is a fucking issue. But whatever. What can you do? I think that off camera, there's just some guy giving him more support and thumbs up throughout his improv. Yeah, true. Yeah, that's what it is. It is an improv.
Huh?
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be an improv, but alas, here we are. But yeah, no, I wanted to just show you guys what our glorious president was talking about. Just because. Oink. I'm trying to make like this area over here. I look like it's a bit hidden. I think yeah. It's so quiet. Let me turn on the music again. Wait, this is fire. Wait, this shit's fire. Okay. Go up here. Do this. I've already said it, but why are you building a desert temple again? This is for my trim shop. I'm doing the location of where you find these things as like the little like as part of the shop. So the desert temp was one of them, and like let me show you the other one I've done. There's like a little mini scale trial chamber. I think it's kind of nice looking. Obviously it's a little mixed up because it's not exactly like how it looks, but this is a mini one. And the desert temple seemed easy enough where I could just make it to scale. So I did. And so I did. Yo, what's up, JG Edits? Welcome on in. How you doing? So there's a one-to-one recreation of the ancient city for the silence trim. See, look, it'd be really funny if I did that, right? It'd be really fucking funny. But I for someone who hasn't played Minecraft in a little bit of time, I don't know if that's the build I want to come back to do. You know what I mean? I'm not too certain about that. Is this truly what I want to dedicate my time to? Decisions. I make someone run through a warden enclosure to reach the trim, and that'd be really funny. And that would be funny too. You have to go really deep underground. There's a warden guarding it. The trim keeper. Maybe I should. That's actually a great idea, chat. Maybe I will just spawn a warden for that one. It'll be creative. It'll be creative. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's make it under spawn. Or under this shopping district. Let's put a warden down there. You gotta go a little deep for it, but that's okay. We'll make this cave go all the way down, like really deep down. I'm almost gonna like inconvenience people to get down there. But it'll be well worth it. You get to see the warden. Yippee. There's actually a what's it called? What's the fucking word? A spawner thing under the crafting agency thing. Straight down from here, there's a door missing. Straight down from here, there's a warden spawner. Dude, I haven't seen the, also by the way, talking about like Hermitcraft again. Gonna bring it back up. I forgot my sand stuff. Seeing the Hermitcraft world, again, because I saw like a couple of stuff like midway through the season, but then I stopped looking at it and watching it. But seeing how it ends up and how it is now is so fucking sick. Like, their builds are actually insane.
Congratulations, you're now lurking in Kenja's stream.
Like, it's wild. It's wild what they can build. It makes me wish I was like somehow like, you know, more unemployed and can like spend more time building in Minecraft and shit. Like, it'd be fucking awesome. I guess ironically for them, it's like that's their job. That's what they do. Like, I got distracted from my homework. Good luck. Lock in, Mooney. Peace out. Man, I'm so happy I don't have homework anymore. I just don't do that shit anymore. I'm done. For now. Hopefully I never go back for a master's. Whoops. Okay, made it up anyway, I guess. Somehow Palpatine returned. Uh-oh. Oh no, that's the open air. Alright, here's what I'll do. I'll have to like kinda set this up carefully over here. Like that-ish. Yeah, that's fine actually. Okay. this little cavern cave part here, I wanted to kind of start going into sandstone around here. But I also want a little bit of stone, so maybe let me use my silk touch pick for a little bit. Actually, let me start on this side, turn it to sand, and I'll like transition it somehow. Okay. I think around here we'll start like transitioning it a little bit, so it's like less sandy. Let me get rid of all this. Have like little bits and pieces like that. And as we descend, we'll get more and more of it. So it's basically every piece except for like one or two. Maybe I should have used stone in this instead of full sand. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'll think about it later. Maybe some like stone bits, you think? Actually, nah. I'll just stay with sand. I will like texture it though. I will add like sand bits to the walls and smooth sandstone to mix it up. Maybe birchwood as well. I do have a bunch of birchwood. Fucking lied. Okay. Me when I lie and make things up on the spot. Hmm. One, two. Can't reach up there. Awkward. The very bottom, stone wouldn't look bad. There's like 3 layers of sandstone before you reach stone in deserts. Yeah, I guess like maybe. Can I recreate that vibe-ish? But it's kind of like weird because it's going like from this sand to nah, it can't be like that. I think it's too awkward. Because then like why wouldn't all this be sand? You know what I mean? Like all the way up to here. Why can't it? Maybe it can. Uh, hmm. Hmm. Let me try on like a corner over here. Nah, I'd rather just be sand. I'd rather be sand. Nah. I don't like it personally. Ah. Give me 1 second. Let me make a phone call. I asked my dad for food earlier, and he said he'd bring me some. I just called him to ask him where he was, and he said he forgot. And I'm like, oh, okay, awesome. I'll have to go get some food later. Because I am hungry. I am hungry, believe it or not. I have not had breakfast. I should have, but I didn't. I needed to go live. I told myself I'd go live at 9 a.m. I went live at 10. But I'm like, okay, I can't keep on stalling, so let me just go live. I'll maybe like get food later on. Then I was really hungry, so I'm like, wait, let me call my dad and ask him where he's at. Maybe he can get me something. And I was like, yeah, sure, I got you. I'll get you something. He didn't. He didn't. Could go and steal a piece of bread. Nah, that's not right. Nah, that's not right. A singular piece of bread, just consuming that? Like, nah, I'll just wait. I'll just wait until I have to go leave my house. And just go get something to eat when I do. Hmm. By the way, guys, about the earlier thing I was talking about, the president and autism and all that. I see some people like, because whenever I like talk about politics, right? A lot of people assume that like, oh, at least like this is what some of people I know like say about it. They're like, oh, whatever Trump does, you'll always be negative about it. Oh, you no matter what he does, he can do something great, and you'll still be negative about it. If the president did something that I thought was good, no matter who it is, I would be like, yes, that was a good move. I like that move that he made. I wouldn't be like, oh, ew, no, now that he did it, it's a bad thing. Because that's not who I am as a person. I don't give a shit about the political part of it, right? All I care about are the fucking results, okay? The fucking results and the answers and the solutions to the people who live in this country, right? Everyone that lives in this country. And I think that everything he's done is detrimental and not good. I can't think of anything that he's done that's good in my mind. And I've kept up with a lot of the news about stuff he's done. All of it to me is just so negative. And let's say that there is a couple of like little stuff out there. I'm like, oh yeah, that's not a bad thing. Oh yeah, that's not too bad. It's overshadowed by the millions of fucking awful shit he like cooks up on the daily. It low-key like almost kind of pisses me off whenever someone's like, oh, you just like find a reason to hate him on everything.
Huh?
No. No, I don't want to be negative about the president. I want to say good things about him. I'd love to say good things about him. Because then that means that shit is going good. The fuck do you take me for? I don't get satisfaction in shit talking the president. I feel despair when I do. Because it means he's fucking shit up. I truly don't get it. I truly don't. And dude, let me... Oh, fuck. Dude, I am done. I am done looking on Twitter and seeing takes. There was one I saw. I'll see if I can find it. And this one's infuriating. This one's like opening my eyes to like, okay, I need to stop. I need to stop scrolling online. Like this is going. This shit is all useless. This shit is all useless. What these people say is just bad. See if I can find it. Did I send it? Where did I send it? Hmm. Did I send it in this chat? I thought I sent it somewhere. Maybe I didn't send it anywhere. But I saw a tweet that was I want to find it because I don't want to like misquote it. Hold on. I'll see if I can locate it. Maybe I can find it quickly, hopefully. Whatever. At the risk of misquoting the tweet, I'll just like kind of like talk about it out loud. So the tweet was about Jimmy Kimmel and how his show got uncanceled, right? It came back. And this person tweeted out, I believe this is what they tweeted out. I could be like misquoting it a little bit, but this is basically it. It was, oh, Jimmy Kimmel is back? Question mark. That's fine. Now bring Charlie Kirk back. Oh, you can't? And then he says, like, there are people out here treating it as if these two were equivalent atrocities. And I'm looking at my phone in disbelief because I really do want to see where this motherfucker is getting it at, that people were calling Jimmy Kimmel getting canceled and Charlie Kirk getting shot as equivalent atrocities. I need to like I just have to see it. I have to see like what post he's talking about and where it comes from. I truly don't understand. I'll see. I think I found it. I think I found the guy. I'm gonna be honest. Hold on. I think I found him. Wait. Wait. No, I can't find it. Darn. Oh well. It was so absurd to me. Cause I'm like, no one is saying that shit. No one is saying that. And if anyone is, that's clearly an unreasonable person. I don't know why we're like basing our takes off of like what some random motherfucker says. But genuinely so absurd. Genuinely so absurd. There was this one person I follow, an IRL, that I didn't know much about them. But now after this like Charlie Kirk stuff, they bought one of the Turning Point like books. They bought one, and then they took a picture of it with the Bible next to it. And a part of me thinks like, wow, that's low-key kind of performative. That's kind of performative, I'm not gonna lie. Because the way they had it set up was the book is there, the Charlie Kirk one, and it's kind of like off to the side a little bit, so you can see you can clearly see that it is that. And then on top of it is the Bible. And it's just framed in such a way where it's like, this is a little bit too... This doesn't seem genuine. But, I mean, to each their own, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. Who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? To be fair, even if he did something good, he would have to keep on going for a while before anyone can turn a blind eye on the things he's done. Yeah. That is true. But like, if the president did something good that I liked and there was a good action in my mind, I would praise it. I'd be like, yeah, this was a good move, Mr. President. Good job. And give him a gold star too. Maybe that'll encourage him, you know, to keep on making good decisions. Oh, who's a good Mr. President? Who's a good Mr. President? Gold star for you. Hmm. Alright, we're gonna be sanding it up. I'm putting in some sand. I'll send you some of that smooth sand, so let me get some of that in there too. In some places. Bum, 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 bum. Bim, bum, 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 bum. Hmm. I also I think that his actions to alienate all our allies is not a good move. I am the greatest good president to ever exist, and let me tell you, I met many presidents, but none of them were as good as I am. So true, so true. So fucking true. There's never been a president like him, that's for sure. Also, this is something else. I haven't been live in a while, so I need to get all my thoughts out there now. One thing that, like, I was reading up about how, about, like, you know, people on, not reading up. Oh, God. It's just, like, thinking about it, like, just kind of hurts my brain already. I'm not gonna lie. It already hurts my brain that I have to talk about this. I guess I don't have to, but that I'm going to talk about this. But these people that I see, like, on Twitter, right? They are eternal fucking victims. These people on the right. Like, these right-wing people I see. They, like, complain and bitch all the fucking time. And, like, when I was reading one of them, it occurred to me, I'm like, wait, you guys literally won the fucking election. What are you complaining about? Why are you always fucking complaining? Why do you care about the woke snowflake liberals? You fucking won. Yet you're always complaining, always. The fucking vine booms. He didn't have 100% approval. Yeah, but this is like his base, Howard. This is Twitter. Like, this is his base. These are his people. They're always complaining about, like, some leftist liberal all the time. And it's like, brother, you won the election. Your guy won. Your guy's in charge. If you don't like how shit's going, I don't know what to tell you. That's your guy. That's your man. Your man might be on the Epstein list, but that's your man right there. Your man was sending letters to Epstein denying it and lying about it, but that's your man. I'm so lost for words. I mean, how could you not be? Awe-inspiring president, for real, for real. It was because of who was before him. Clearly, their actions is still causing chaos to this day. Truly. Dude, if something is going good, it's because of Trump. If it's going bad, it's because of Biden. Wait. Big brain. Truing. Truth nuke. No way, dude. It all makes sense. Because Trump only does good things, and if anything bad happens, it's the left's fault. Exactly, it's the left. The left is still somehow having an influence on things. It's the left, even though, like, the left isn't doing shit. They're not doing shit. Not a damn thing. Hmm. I wonder, like, the people that I talked to that were like, oh, I didn't vote this election, or oh, I didn't like either candidate, so I'm not gonna vote. I wonder how they feel about this stuff now. Because I knew a couple of guys that they were like, yeah, I'm not gonna vote this time. I just don't like either candidate. I wonder if, like, they would still make the same decision now, you know? Knowing what we know now. Where we are now. I don't know. I'd like to believe so. God bless our president. Amen. He can do no wrong. I think eventually at some point, I'm gonna stop being as political. On stream. For like for my own sake, I feel. It's just such a, it's an interesting topic, right? And I think it's an important topic to talk about. But it's also so fucking miserable. It's so goddamn miserable. Wear a maid outfit instead. That'd be an alternative. Ow. Holy shit. Oh my god. That'd be that'd be an that'd be an alternative. Yep. Holy shit. That's fine. It's fine. I should go for the least worst when voting. I thought they all suck, but if I can influence the end by a little, I don't want to miss a chance. Yeah. Yeah. One thing I've seen online a lot, which I don't understand, is a lot of people like go like, oh, Kamala Harris lost because people like Hassan won't endorse her. And to me, I don't get that, because just because you criticize what a candidate doesn't mean you're not like not voting for them. It just means you don't support every decision they make. And I see a lot of like posts being like, oh, it's his fault, he should have endorsed her. He spends more time hating Kamala than Trump. That's not true. That's not true at all. What are you talking about? Criticizing the candidate that you're voting for and like calling out things that you don't believe are right about them is okay. And I think that's the difference in between like people who vote for Trump, I guess, in general, is that they're just dick riders. They're loyalists. Like, they don't care. Did you hear about BlackRock buying our nation's power grid? Yo, thank God, bro. It's about time. I was wondering when BlackRock would get more involved in my life. It's been far too long. Why did they buy the nation's power grid? Is it just because they can, or like?
Huh?
Hold on, I need to look this up. Hold on. I was told of another time when opposing parties were cool with each other because the main objective was the good of the population. Yeah, that's not the goal anymore. The goal is, how do the shareholders feel? BlackRock Power News. BlackRock's attempted takeover of Minnesota's power. Wow. Wow. Chills, man. Can I post a link to a video about it? If you want to put it in the Discord, go for it. I say not in chat, though. But you can put it in the Discord. Are you in the Discord? You might be banned from the Discord. I'm not sure. You could be. You're in an awkward situation where I think I banned you from the Discord because you said some shit, but I never banned you from stream. I've never felt like the energy to go ahead and do it. At this point, I just like, I don't do it at all. I haven't ever been banned. Oh, okay, never mind then. I might be thinking about someone else then. I was in a Discord but left? Okay, I wonder who I'm thinking of then. Because there was someone I banned that's like had a very similar like theme to your name. I guess there's two corn individuals. There's two of them. Two.
This power plant is a
Oh boy, here we go. My favorite, bro. You know, fuck it, bro. I'm a React person now, I guess.
the center of a battle between finance giants and the American people over who controls the basic necessities of everyday life.
I think we know what side we're on, right, guys? We know what side we're on, right? We're on the side of financial giants.
A year ago, we made a video about BlackRock. And remember how
God
last
bless
time I was like,
BlackRock.
calm down, guys, they don't own the whole world. It depends on how you define own, blah, blah, blah. Well, okay, that video was about how they invest in stocks. But what if I told you
BlackRock for the win?
Story where they're
we're in the
BlackRock
support squad here.
Parts of our everyday lives. Just 12 days after we released that video, BlackRock acquired Global Infrastructure Partners.
And that's W.
And since that deal, they've been a lot more involved in infrastructure. You might have heard stuff like how they bought the Panama Canal. But now there's another deal you might not have heard about.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. That's pretty cool.
Minnesota Power.
Wow.
A company that owns this power plant and provides power to 150,000 people. This is a type of investment in what they like to call real assets, which is finance.
BlackRock? Not a big fan of basalt deltas.
Basically everything we need to survive.
Wait,
like housing,
W joke, W
and
joke.
the land those things are built on. This is a test case for companies like BlackRock expanding into industries that we use every day.
Dude, I love it.
Hospitals.
Dude, I love it when the corporations expand and become monopolies. I think we need more of that. Amen. Think of the shareholders.
And electricity. And if they haven't already, they could be coming to your town soon. So why is BlackRock trying to change course, and what will it mean if they succeed?
It means that we all benefit, and the shareholders are making more money.
On the South
Duh.
River. I don't want BlackRock to own it.
What do you mean you don't want BlackRock to own your rivers?
So, BlackRock
What?
Global Infrastructure Partners, which is a big investment fund that itself buys up things like water and waste systems, transportation companies, and even large shares of entire airports. If you've flown in or out of London, congratulations, you're probably a customer of GIP. So BlackRock owns Global Infrastructure Partners, which is trying to buy Elite, which owns Minnesota Power, which owns infrastructure like power plants, dams, and the land they're on. But since people need power, it's not that easy, even for BlackRock, and there's a somewhat democratic process involved. This is State Senator Jen McEwen, who represents many of the people who would be affected by the buyout.
Wisely and correctly, we have a Public Utilities Commission, at the very least, to try to provide some regulatory oversight for these entities that have this monopoly over providing this essential service.
Usually when private equity and asset managers buy stuff, they...
Well, you see, the senator is kind of like not thinking about the shareholders though. Like, oh, I'm just saying.
But because people would literally die without power, it's considered a critical service. And
Do you watch the
therefore a
Daily Show?
regulated
I
monopoly
do.
under Minnesota law.
BlackRock doesn't necessarily have the same amount of reporting responsibilities as a publicly traded corporation.
As they should. I don't think they should report anything, actually.
Already regarding our
I think they should have less regulation too.
Quality of services in our community in Superior, that ability to access that data would be decreased by the purchase, which would be a huge problem.
Nah, I think that'd be a great solution, bro.
And a judge has already
Think about the
recommended against
shareholders.
But it doesn't end there.
What do you mean you want power during the winter? What?
A board made up of just 5 people appointed by the governor. This could have huge implications for anyone who uses basic utilities like electricity or water, i.e. the things that keep us from freezing to death in the woods. Because if they realize it's profitable, nothing will stop them.
Well, yeah, but if I'm freezing, the shareholders are winning, so.
I didn't want to just sit around at my desk, so I came out here to Duluth.
It means that the profits are up, the margins are up.
What they had to say about the buyout. I went on a hike with longtime Minnesota Power employee and customer Bob Tammet.
I should have asked you if you want a walking stick. I got an extra walking stick. At your age, you don't need a walking stick. So I helped install the power lines that haul electricity from this powerhouse to my kitchen. This dam.
It's probably not a shareholder. His opinion doesn't matter. True. I don't know why this old guy's talking, bro. Is he invested in the company? Come on.
Was on a hike in the Boundary Waters
Come on now.
to see some of the infrastructure that would be sold. He's been canoeing out here for decades. But power plants, lines, and dams aren't all that GIP and by extension BlackRock would get in the deal.
What concerns me about BlackRock purchasing Minnesota Power is that Minnesota Power owns a large amount of land where we're parked right now.
Oh, that's perfect.
They own a lot of
We can start building like Walmart on there. You can start building Walmarts.
So if BlackRock
minerals,
ownership of those minerals,
we can start digging and mining.
Minerals for the long-term benefit of northern Minnesota, or will they develop those minerals for the short-term profit of BlackRock?
Wait.
Back in Duluth, people
guys, short-term profit low-key doesn't sound bad.
We depend on Minnesota Power for our regional economy, for our heat, for our transportation, and indeed for our clean water. We need this company to continue to make long-term investments in our community, but that's not what this acquisition is about. This acquisition is about maximizing short-term profit.
There's a
chat. Check. I'm gonna one in the chat if you love short-term profits over long-term investments. Don't you love when companies and the government think short-term? I love that shit. I love that. That's the shit that I love. That's the shit that I love, bro. When I see like the Donald Trump being like dig baby or drill baby drill, and he's talking about all this shit, talking about cutting off renewables and stopping all that like research. And cutting research in general, I think like, wow. Thank God he's thinking short term, bro. I would hate if he was thinking long term and how this could have consequences down the line. I would hate if he thought about that. But short term, it's great though.
A whole host of decisions that they're going to be making, and those decisions will no longer necessarily be just motivated by the board of directors working on behalf of the shareholders for Minnesota.
Or a Costco? No, but Costco's fire though. Like Costco was actually fire.
Two private equity companies. If the Minnesota PUC does a good job and is able to hold down rate increases, the only outcome that I can imagine is that these two owners will say, well, we're not making as much money as we thought we were going to make from this thing, and they're going to sell it. And then who do they sell it to?
And this kind of thing has happened before.
Sell it back to the state. Duh. More short-term profit.
This is
Love you.
Schaefer, the director of climate and energy at the private equity stakeholder project.
If we look at northern Michigan, there's a utility called the Upper Peninsula Power Company, or UPCO. This was acquired by a private equity firm in 2014.
UPCO customers have seen a spike in their rates.
Fun fact, the older someone is, the more likely they are to think of short-term solutions than long-term ones. Wow.
Say
chills.
They can't afford.
After the private equity,
I wish I was older so I can think like that more often.
They raised the bill.
It must be nice. Every now and then every now and then I find myself slipping into thinking into long-term solutions and not short-term. I think no, this is not what the shareholders would want. Wait.
And that private equity firm sold it to a different private equity firm. Once the new private equity owners were in control, they raised bills again.
Wait,
Since
what?
2014, UPCO, being owned by private equity, has seen 4 bill hikes.
Wow,
There's
that's
nothing
awesome,
stopping
man.
BlackRock from doing the
Can we
same
go for
thing in
number
Minnesota,
5?
And in addition to bill hikes, it could even trample existing laws.
Well, today, Governor
We can get rid of the laws?
that requires utility
Yo.
companies provide 100% carbon-free electricity by 2040.
But after the deal goes through, we don't know if BlackRock will follow those laws. Their size and capital imbue them with the power to basically ignore this kind of thing. To them, the fees are chump change, and who do you think is more powerful, the Minnesota State Legislature or BlackRock?
There's no requirement that they pursue this clean energy vision. We're going in to this sale on promises.
But remember, BlackRock isn't directly
No
purchasing
laws,
Minnesota
just like how the
Power.
founding
Global
fathers
Infrastructure
intended.
Partners is purchasing
It's actually
its
like
parent
the
company,
11th Amendment.
which also owns Superior
Before
Water
there was an
Rights Power
11th
just over the
Amendment,
border
that
in
was the
Wisconsin.
one in the Bill of Rights.
So we've been looking
They scrapped
at
it though.
double-digit
But that's what they had in
rate
mind.
every 2 years, and our rates are already some of the highest in the entire state.
Then they added a
That's
different 11th
9.6.
Amendment, but
So let's zoom out.
the OG one,
If you saw my last
it's gonna be
video
like,
about
yeah,
BlackRock,
actually,
you
these
know
are
that they
all
don't
like
really own
suggestions though.
everything. They
Like,
just have a small
give
percentage of
BlackRock an
ownership in
exception.
everything, specifically publicly listed companies that you could buy shares of too. But this buyout shows a general shift in strategy. They're looking to fully own or majority own entire infrastructure systems by taking those companies off the public stock market altogether. And while BlackRock's just been dipping their toes into real assets and it's still a relatively small slice of their giant portfolio, there have been some big players in this game for a while now.
Brookfield is the biggest owner of real assets, and real assets are the bread and butter of BlackRock's doppelganger, Blackstone.
this is fucking awesome, man.
Even though Blackstone is overall smaller, they're
Why would you? It's so derivative. BlackRock, Blackstone.
actually much more efficient at generating returns for their investors. So of course BlackRock is now looking for their piece of the pie. Here are the totally not frightening categories of things these asset managers are trying to get as much control of and profit out of as possible. Water, farmland, housing, transportation, schools and hospitals, and energy and telecommunications, including data centers.
I mean, why are we
So that
stopping
was the
them?
list, really all the things I, for one, wouldn't last
Black
very
Day
long
is
without.
next.
I don't
Might
know
be.
about you, but
You
I
never know.
personally love food, housing, electricity, and water, and want affordable access to it. Check out this house. It has lines bringing in electricity
Okay,
and
that's a
phone
pretty
and
woke
internet.
mindset.
There's
I'm not
pipes
gonna
bringing
lie.
water in and out.
Okay,
roads bringing
liberal.
Food and tenants pay rent. BlackRock wants a cut.
I
of
want
all of
drinking
those
water.
things.
In
I want
addition
power
to
that's
potentially
affordable.
raising customers' bills, they
Come
might
on
be
now.
looking for ways to cut costs. This could look like reduction in the job force. It could look at like reduction in operation and maintenance.
If you don't have enough people to do a job, you're going to get
Beta
people
snowflake.
hurt.
And the Minnesota Power case is just one point on the map. If we zoom out, there's a larger cycle we're already in. Here's the playbook. Asset managers buy the thing, often using debt, massive loans they get just because they're already rich. Then they run the thing as cheaply as possible for a few years and finally sell it, often to another asset manager or private equity firm, and ideally at a large profit.
Kinda
This
fire.
is super profitable for guys like Larry Fink, but not so much for anyone who relies on the thing they bought. And there's a reason
Who cares about
sections like
them?
apartment
Come on.
buildings,
Let's get
water,
serious.
and parking are all at the heart of this.
Who
There's times
actually
where even
cares?
if you maybe kind of have a choice to use a different provider, it's logistically pretty hard or downright impossible. For BlackRock, that's basically free money.
Utilities in regulated states such as Minnesota have a captive rate base. They have captive customers. Having a group of customers that have nowhere else to turn for access to electricity, that is a very attractive financial proposition.
So how exactly do these deals work? They bank on you not understanding, so let's try to understand.
No, I
Usually they'll
understand
set up an
very well.
investment fund and give it a snazzy name.
I understand very well. We need to give the billionaires more.
And then they'll get a bunch of big companies to sign on to invest with them. The asset manager itself will invest a little bit too, just to show everyone else they have some skin in the game, but usually only between 1% and 5%. And then the investment fund, this thing they just made up like a group project for supervillains, goes and buys the thing. Investing is always about risk, but BlackRock's risk to itself
More
is
crisis for the
minimized,
climate?
because when they
Who cares
take out
about that?
loans, they borrow against
Don't you
the
want to
company they're
help
buying, not themselves. That's like
hardworking
if I bought a
people
Honda Civic
help
on a
earn
loan and then
hardworking
the car
people
was
more
in debt
money?
instead of me.
And
when
by
that's a public
hardworking
utility,
people, you
it's
mean the
customers
shareholders,
or
right?
taxpayers even paying off that debt for them. This
Just to
means
be
you're not
clear.
just paying for power or water or whatever, you're also paying off an asset manager's loan from a bank, which, if they default on, will sink the company they're
Oh,
buying.
you said don't want to
but
help
not the
earn
asset
harder.
manager
Yeah,
that
no,
took
I
out
get
the
what you
loan in
mean.
the first place. Isn't it so cool how if you or I default on our student loans or medical debt, it can ruin our lives, but if Bestie Larry, I don't know, flubs an airport and can't pay back $700 million, the captain just gets to walk away from the ship? Love that for
Yes.
us.
Yes, build them out, build them out, build them out. Let's go.
When this happens on a huge scale,
Dude,
what that means is that none of these companies exist to serve
is she supposed to say negatives? Like I'm only hearing positives, to be honest.
customers. They exist to maintain stuff that asset managers then own and rent back to us. And often
Monopolies, short-term gain, power bills going up, less clean water. Like Monopoly is a pretty fun game, bro. Like, I don't know. I don't see a negative here.
often all these resources
Sorry.
are intertwined. One reason BlackRock wants more control over energy is something we've all been hearing a lot about lately. America's favorite rainbow copyright infringement machine. We're in the midst of an arms race for who can own the most data center infrastructure, and never put it past BlackRock to try to get their pound of flesh. And if this isn't already a problem in your area, buckle up.
Dude, I love this. I love it when data centers come up and it makes power bills in that area go up, even though you're not the one consuming that power. That's fucking awesome, man. Even if you're like miles and miles away, like hundreds of miles away, you're still paying for that bill.
BlackRock is
That's fucking awesome.
very aggressively to insert themselves at just about every angle of the supply chain when it comes to AI and data centers. And that includes everything from the data center development itself to the computer software, computer hardware, and now with this move into local utility companies, possibly even the power company that would be powering those data centers.
You don't need to take Alyssa Jean's word for it. Here's BlackRock's own Larry Fink.
We need energy, but we also need the last mile. We need a power line that goes from the energy source to the energy user. There's only so much BlackRock can do about that.
This is really important to unlock. And if we can't unlock that, we're not going to grow. If we're not going to...
Ew, I hate looking at this. Oh no. Get it 5%. No. No.
unlock this, it's going to be harder and harder to build out these AI data centers.
It just creates a lot more burden on our state. Are we going to have the fight at the state level to try to take on these private equity trillion-dollar investors who own more than the state of Minnesota?
So to come back to the literally eternal question, does BlackRock own your life? Kinda. They certainly want to. And this mode of ownership
Thank God.
provides them way more direct
Can't think of
control
someone
and
better.
profit than stock portfolios do. It also gives them a much more direct relationship with you and your bank account. Just because your bill doesn't say BlackRock Power doesn't mean they don't get your money.
The public works.
And that money is going to the shareholders, guys. Come on. Come on now. Come on now.
Consultant to help us look at the feasibility of purchasing our utility assets from Superior Water, Light, and Power.
I'd like to see us moving in the direction of having more ownership distributed amongst the community.
What are you, a communist?
What we're moving toward
Come on now.
Even more corporate consolidation.
And that's what we need.
More toward a monopoly model.
Yes.
More toward a model where the control over this essential service is separated from our community and the decisions that are made about it are going to be out of our hands.
But it doesn't have to be this way, and everybody I spoke to seemed to want pretty much the same thing. In Wisconsin, they're even trying
The
to
best for the shareholders.
to get out of this
I'm sorry.
BlackRock
I'm sorry.
situation, and so that they
I
won't have to
love
go through
saying
this
that
kind of
shit.
thing again.
We should remember that even though we might live a long ways apart, we're all neighbors. Our grid is all connected together. We have a little powerhouse here. It's connected into the grid that goes all over the United States, and generally, if people are good neighbors, everybody is careful that they don't take more power than the grid can handle. The system works. I think we should all be good neighbors. We should have local control, local communication, and be neighbors on a national level.
The final hearing for the buyout is on
I
September
mean,
25th,
whatever you say.
and the actual decision is set to be made on October 3rd. So if you live in Minnesota or Wisconsin, now's a great time to talk to your representatives and go to those meetings. Thank you to the advocacy groups working on this issue,
Okay.
SOAR, Sierra Club.
That's awesome, man. It's fucking awesome. More of that, please. Please, sir, more of that. You know what? We're reaching a 3-hour mark on stream, and I'm low-key hungry as fuck. Tomorrow? What's tomorrow's stream gonna be? I forget. I have a schedule. I have schedule now in the Discord. If you guys want to know what I'm doing, you can just check the Discord and find out. Yeah, so tomorrow I'll be doing Hollow Knight on stream. So yeah, I think I'll be back to playing Corecraft maybe on Sunday. I don't know. We'll see what day I play Corecraft again. But we've kind of built out this cave a little bit. We're still missing quite a bit, to be honest, but maybe I'll work on it a bit off stream myself. Maybe when I come back and I'm just kind of bored. Maybe I'll put it on Ken's Prime. Maybe it could be a Ken's Prime video. Me working on this, yapping. Perhaps. Join the Discord. You'll find out if I do that or not. But yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Hit that like button, subscribe maybe. But I'm tired and I'm hungry as hell. I wanted to go live maybe like a little bit longer, but I genuinely just am kind of hungry. And either way, I had to leave I'd have to leave at 2-ish anyway. It's 1 right now, so like an hour beforehand. So that'll give me time to go get something to eat and then go do what I have to do. I have to pick up my brother from school. But stick around if you're on Twitch. We're gonna be raiding out to someone. So don't go anywhere. I like pointing at you guys. I need to point at you guys more often. I think it's fun. Don't go anywhere. Let me see who to raid. But yeah, I'll be live again tomorrow, playing some Hollow Knight. So if you guys want to see that, make sure you subscribe. And I'll be back to playing Minecraft, I think on Sunday. Or I'll upload on my second channel. A little like mini thing. But yeah. See ya, Faded. Have a good one. Let me see who to raid. Oh, this guy's on a website that I want to do something on eventually. Wait, is this the site I'm thinking of? Oh, no, never mind. It's not. Who do I raid? I already raided this person. I was gonna raid them, but then I'm like, wait, I've already done that, so let me not. Yeah, I got no one. Shit, I got no one. Whatever, I'll raid this person again. I see no one else, so I'm just gonna do it. Sorry for stalling. But chat, thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys. Sorry for ending a bit earlier today. I'll be live again tomorrow and more often in general. Go follow me on other platforms if you guys want to see other content. For example, on my second channel, I upload daily Clash content. Although today might be the day that we do a mix-up. Today might be instead of Clash, we do a Minecraft thing where I keep on building on this build and working on it. Maybe. It's a big maybe. I think if I do another game, it'd be Balatro first on that channel. I think it'd be Balatro, not Minecraft. But we'll see. We'll find out. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Go have fun at live stream. Top message, for the raid commands, top message is if you don't have a sub, and then bottom message, if you do have a sub, you can use that one. So I'm pointing this way, chat is that way for you guys. Chat is in that direction for you guys. But for me, it's over here. On my screen or whatever. But yeah, guys, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Have a good one. I'll be playing Hollow Knight tomorrow. Hollow Knight stream. I'm still early on in the stream, or early on in the playthrough. No spoilers, obviously, but letting you guys know. All right, thumbs up. Goodbye now. Goodbye.